What up, Wheatfield? What it do? Welcome back to the Wheatfield, y'all. Welcome to you. This is your girl, Lottie, here from Tears and Wheat Tarot Show, where you show enough never know what you're gonna get. For everybody that's coming back, y'all know what it is. We're a channel messenger, messaging with the big three. You know what I'm saying? The Alpha and the Omega, the infinite intelligence and the breath of life, the holy chi. Yes. For anybody that's new, hey, welcome to the wheat field, y'all. Welcome to you. Come on in, come on in. Come on into the wheat field. I welcome you. I welcome you. Thank you so much for being here. If this is your first time, I have to kind of introduce this segment. It's just a little bit different, but that's just your girl. It's like a whole box of chocolates. You just never know what you're going to get. You just never ever really know. We full. So this could really be slow. And we getting ready to chop up some residual energy from a reading that we did late last night, early morning kind of thing. And yeah, it was something that was left in this space, and we did not clear it on purpose, Ashe. So we did a little short after the reading. We did a short this morning when we noticed that the spirit had said something to us and we completely freaking missed it. Okay, when I mean not missed the card, but the spirit shifted the cards to call our attention, and anytime the cards move, that means it's something that we need to pay attention to. And we were really finishing up and wrapping up, and we were talking about this happy card, and you know, saying that that was like pretty much the ending of the energy for this beloved and their estranged parent, you see. So because the energy that we had for that reading was a wheat who have been estranged from their parent. They are estranged from their parent. They're not speaking, but their parent is ill and they're keeping it a secret. And they have a person that is helping them through this grief process. And I'm just going to pick it up so we can kind of run through it. So they are ill, and there's this person that's kind of helping them through this time, as you can see here. The same thing. But this person is not who they seem. They're just not. Thank you so much, the Alpha and Omega, the Holy Spirit, the Chi, for keeping this energy brewing so that we can bring it and serve it onto your wheat. The infinite intelligence, please reveal onto me according to the call and the decree, so that I can speak out what it is that you two, you all, my beloved, the Alpha, the Omega, the intelligence, the Chi, the breath, moving in tandem, which you all are speaking on to me to bring to your wheat so that they may have this message and receive it. And I pray that the message helps you through your grieving, because we kind of talked about some things to help us through the grief process. And one of the cards that we had was this one right here. The grieving process often involves many complicated emotions, and also some little tips and things that you can do to help you while you grieve too. This parent is someone that has betrayed you. They probably had a stubborn, kind of mean, I hear egocentric, arrogant type of personality. Their demeanor was just not very nice, my wheat. It wasn't. And you guys are estranged for a good reason. Didn't give me the specific reason why you are not speaking, but we definitely kept getting a Ten of Swords type of energy. Whoever this person that is helping your parent is the only person that really knows that they're sick. And I think, according to the reading, this person is really kind of taking advantage of it, right? They believe that their intentions or going in their service going to be repaid by being written in the will, Ashe. And they don't really know like the details of the will and the last testament, and that your parent has left you this inheritance, and they left you the inheritance as a way of repenting and making things right before their transitioning. And yeah, so they're doing it as a way to make it up, and they're leaving you this gift. And again, this gift is gonna, is a way of bringing happiness and restoration to the relationship, something that they feel is going to be fair and just to help you regenerate yourself and bring you a new life situation, pretty much like set you up. The way that this was being told to me, it was that you are a person that has been struggling. Like, you may have a child yourself, right, and you are struggling with the child too. And this, again, gift, the inheritance, is the final thing that they can do. Like, I don't feel like it wasn't said on to me that they were going to talk, that they were going to reach out and say anything, because they may not want to call you in now that they know that they're ill and transitioning. And this person has been ill for a little minute, and it told me that anywhere from 4 weeks, months, or years even, that they've been keeping this a secret. So depending on who you are and where it is on the timeline, because everything is relative now. So when you get this, it's either going to be confirmation of what has happened, or you will find out later that this is confirming what will happen. Yeah. Again, the mechanic card was here, and it was to mend what needs mending. It might be broken, but all is not lost. And this person, your parent, wants to, again, give you this as a way to repay for what they've done. Like, is there the cost that they feel like they need to pay? You're going to get a message about this, and the message is going to be about the inheritance, and it's not flexible. This person that's helping your parent may try to fight you for it, but it's not for them, you see, it's for you. And somebody is going to feel left out when the details of this really gets exposed, and they're going to come in with a little bit of chaos and conflict. But like I said, they may even do something that might seem like a risk, right? But there really isn't any risk to you, because I think the way that your parent has put together these plans, they're essentially foolproof. Because the court card you'll see down here as we pick this up is in reverse. So it's like they can't go to probate, they can't contest it. The way that they wrote, your parent has wrote this inheritance or insurance policy that they've been paying into and sowing into over some years, or some time. I feel like it was years. Yeah, that is, I hear the word all mine, like not mine, but you know what I mean, that this is for you. And again, it is, the truth of it is that your parent feels like they're under judgment. That's the truth of it. And they think that this is the only way to bring justice and give you a final offering. Your parent was showing up as this emperor, but kind of like, again, that little bit conflicted. Like, they are dealing with the things that they have done to others and trying to figure out how to fix it. Like, get things organized and in order, because they've been made aware that they're ill and the time is short. Like, they're gonna go. And so, again, they're making plans. But there's somebody, again, that's toxic around them, and they think that they're going to come away with, this inheritance, right? They're investing their time really as a means to get wrote in the will, and it's just ill will. Now, I can't say how they're treating your parent, but I do know that they look at them as some sort of wish fulfillment. It seemed to be very codependent, like they had gained some sort of financial security, maybe even still in this day, like, currently, to help your parent out. And they're showing up in this Queen of Swords of energy, and I hear the word strategy and conniving, right? And they really are worried, and they have a sense of anxiety about what they're doing. And I don't know if they're going to be discovered, or once they find out that they're not in the wheel, they're not getting the benefit that is going to make them like a little bit nutty, I feel. Because, yeah, service is here. We see death, and we had grief. And again, your parent is doing this to bring some balance to the situation, and somebody is going to be envious of you. Your parent has regret over what they did, but when it comes out what happens, this other person is really going to envy you, and they may come after you for what was left to you. You know, empathy was in the challenge, and I feel like that was for you. Like you may have a challenge with having empathy right now, but again, you know, your parent that's estranged is suffering from some grief, because they're only confiding in this one person, and they don't know, you know, that this person has ill intention. They don't know. Here's the abundance here. It was clarified in a couple of different decks, and it was given again to help release your parent from this blame, and as a last way of asking for forgiveness. We had a couple of different tarot decks, so if you guys want to go to that full reading and kind of see it from the beginning, because I'm kind of wrapping it up and summing it up, and there was something down in here, because when I showed the happy card in the wisdom deck and this one right here, this whole line right here, this space shifted, and I didn't see it, right? I didn't catch that I did catch that they moved, but I didn't know it was a spiritual move. I thought maybe I had did it, but when I always watch my playback, I always see me, right? And I take the little clips so you guys can get a piece of the meat, right? You can get that little piece to say, hey, this is in the reading, and if it resonates with you, click the play button and you can catch the full thing, okay? So if y'all happen to see my little rant after that this morning, earlier today, that was what that was all about, okay? You will see. So, Ten of Cups energy. Walking back to that space. Where were you calling my attention to, beloved, so that I can this, the Wheel of Fortune. So when I showed the happy card, the Wheel of Fortune was wanting to come out. It was being pressed out or pushed out from the spirit to say, what, beloved? Because I hear karma, dharma, good fortune. I hear time for it. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Your time to rest from struggle. Been too long suffering on your own. So it's two owns, you and child, female child, need stability, underline, so thank you. So this gift of abundance that's being left to you is to help you come into a stable position, to bring you into a stable, successful, victorious position going forward, where you will end up with like the ultimate, you know, able to have the happy family for you and the kiddo, you know, set yourself up, 10 of Cups type of happiness, total family happiness, and generational wealth. And I feel like it's something that will last for, again, cycles upon cycles. Like you will have the ability to pass it down, and it will pass down for at least 3 generations, I feel. 3 generations of wealth. And that is because that's how they decreed it. That's how they meant it. They are preparing something for you to have it. Again, I don't see you married at this time. I see you single, but very, very fruitful, very, very abundant, with abundance showing up in a couple of different ways. It's the Ace of Pentacles down here. We had the abundance card in the chakra, and then abundance in the journey deck as well. And it's all because this person feels very regretful. 5 of Cups, regret. And their hood is off, and they see it. Like they recognize it. They recognize what they've done to you in terms of like an ultimate betrayal. And they have a vision, a way to make it up. Because they know that they are transitioning, and they are very concerned about not being able to make amends. So they put together something, you know, preparing behind the moon to leave this thing to you. Again, organizing, you know, this. They're organizing this offering, like to prepare you for life after they transition. And again, there's a person that is not such a great friend, and the way that I feel this card still is this person that's around them is wearing a mask, and they're hiding that snake like of mentality, and they only want the prestige and the money and this offering, the investment, the inheritance, and they're using like their wisdom and their smarts and strategy in order to get it. And again, that's everything, because there's no heart in any of these cups. None. It's not out of love, and that was the truth. They're on this 5 of Sword energy, doing anything to get the money, and they will persevere and take care of them, pretending like they got their back. But as you can see, this person is ready to, you know, while they're turned away. Because they do know that this person is getting ready to move away. They're going to transition. And again, this spirit, it comes to drive the chariot. The spirit drives the chariot, not us. This tower is coming, the tower, and it showed up a couple of times. The tower and the chariot showed up a couple of times. So 9 of Cups energy in the reverse, because this person is not going to get what they want. And we see kind of like that same energy. The tower. Somebody being upset over what was really planned in the background, because they thought that they were going to get this money. They thought that they were going to get this inheritance, but they're really just not. We have balance and judgment. The cycle, again, that's all the same cards we're repeating. And yeah, also bring you this 10 of Pentacles energy. Generational wealth. We see the 10 of Cups again right here. That happiness, something to kind of, you know, soothe the pain, and like a recompense, right? I feel like this estranged parent is attempting to make it up to you, and they don't know what else to do but leave this insurance policy that they've been paying into to you. And it is their way of bringing justice, bringing balance, restoring balance. And again, they're doing it in secret with the Hermit. We also saw, yeah, they're back to back with this one person, you know, because they only told one person. But again, this person thinks that they are going to leave everything to them, and they're just not, you know. This investment, this abundance, this offering. right? But it's really being offered to you, and you're gonna get the news. And it's like that double-edged sword of good and bad news. Like really, really bad because your parent is passing, but it's gonna be like they left you this crazy amount of money in an inheritance, and it's going to end your suffering. Like, and that's what the spirit was calling me to say, that the wheel of dharma is turning so that you can there'll be an end to your period of suffering and struggle and everything that you've been going through to manage life on your own without the support of your parents, and you're raising this kiddo on your own, you and your kiddo on your own. And the thing also too is that once you learned about this passing, you may feel now like it's not gonna matter, like, oh, we don't talk and it is what it is, and you know, but you really are going to feel, you know, a sense of heartbreak. And it showed up a couple of times because your parent really sees you like this, not just like sexy in that, but beautiful and, you know, smart, and maybe you just need a break so that you can be prepared and set up, and you know, so they found a way, studied a way so that they can do that for you. And again, it's this offering to make up for what they've done in the past, and this is the only way they know how to do it. Because I felt like maybe in the past they walked away from you, and then this is the karma, the dharma, or the way that they need to transmute their karma. Again, that repentance and making things right before they transition, before the spirit comes and takes them for transition. And I saw you maybe at a service here with this person, homegoing services, you in this kiddo. Again, experiencing that heartbreak because it seemed to happen so sudden. And again, this person is organizing this whole thing with that emperor energy to leave you something that they've been investing in for a while, for a nice minute. It's their way of apologizing to you. And again, they're planning it because they know that the transition can come any day. And they're planning it in secret. Because again, that transition is coming. They just don't know when. You're going to have to protect yourself from, again, that Queen of Swords energy, because they really are selfish in holding some things back from your beloved, my weed. It's all the same energy again. The wheel, the karma, right? It's coming, it's turning. And your person is trying to work in secret or in the spirit, like in their own spirit, to work things out before they transition because they feel regretful. Page of Wands is this news, but this black deck, tarot deck, is saying that it was upside down, so it wasn't good news necessarily, it was bad news. Because this person is held up, like they've been kind of hung up about it and trying to figure out what to do, how to make it right, you know, how to prepare you, right? And again, we see the sun now, not again because I don't think we had it in the other decks, but the sun was in reverse at the beginning because of a state of depression, right? And we again see the Page of Cups energy with the moon, that somebody is preparing an apology for you, and they're doing it unbeknownst to anyone else. Like this other person knows that they have some sort of will, something that they're going to leave behind. They just don't know that it's not them that's going to receive it. They believe that they are going to be written in the will, and that's the reason why they're having their back. But that's not what it's going to be. your parent is trying to set it up so that you can move on to calmer waters, my weed. You can end the suffering. So there will be a little bit of Three of Cup energy over the inheritance. You might have to protect yourself. They may attempt to do something with the court, but it's kind of like an impasse situation, right? Because the way that your parents set this up, because that they know that they're sick, they're ill, they wrote pretty much an ironclad will. The way that they did this is set up where it cannot be contested, right? So, and there again, there's this false person behind the scene. But this sudden wealth that's coming is your pathway out of poverty, setting you up in a way where you won't have to worry about money again, Ashe. Like, you'll be cared for. And again, they're doing it undercover. It's very mysterious. It's covered up. And they may be just being, again, that mysterious type of energy because they have a friend, right, that they're talking to. So we saw it come out with the thoughts in reverse because, you know, Spirit, help me, what was it? Why was the thoughts in reverse? They had negative thinking. It wasn't positive thinking, or it wasn't nothing to think about. It wasn't. It had already been decided. It was decided. Thank you. So they didn't have anything to think about. And your parent may have a little bit of bread, again, those investments. So we see the mirror between the wealthy man and the bad health. And they did this in a way where it's nothing left to think about. The decision is done. It just is. It's locked down. And there's nothing to do with any fight about it because the way they set it up is just ironclad. It can't go to court. It won't, even if they try to take you to court, it'll be kicked right out. I just feel it'll be kicked out. Because this person is concerned about what they did and how to make a recompense. And they're trapped in their own fear about not being able to make it up. And as they're trapped in their fear, they are confiding in one person who just happens to be a rat. And in the first reading, it sounded like, it reminded me of the song by Michael Jackson, Ben, the two of us, we look no more, something like, we both found what we were looking for, right? And it almost felt like this relationship came together. I don't know how, but somehow or another, your parent that's estranged has been entrapped either in fear or in their mindset, you know, kind of. And this other person, they connected over, it feels like something that was codependent, almost like trauma bonded. And they are this rat person, or their only friend that knows the truth about their health is with them. But they have this other side to them. And it's not going to come out, it's not going to be shown until your parent transitions. That other side to them is not going to come out until your parent transitions. We definitely saw chaos and conflict coming in. But all of this is set up to bring you peace. And I don't think, according to, peace, taking you back to square one, having the power in your hands to re-begin, to regenerate, to have life anew, as a way of making it up with this mechanic card, mending what was broken, a way to fix it. Because I don't know what happened and why you guys aren't speaking, but this your parent wants to find a way to fix it. And I felt like it was told to me that it's going to come about suddenly. Not from the primary illness that they know about weak, but from a secondary complication of something like a stroke. And they don't see that it's coming, and or maybe they do, they see that it's coming off soon, but they think it's going to be the primary illness, but it's not. That's not it. It's going to be something different. And yeah, I think that they're just trying to clean up some stuff, but no matter what they do, this chaos and conflict is going to ensue. And you may end up feeling a certain kind of way, more hurt than what you would think about even in this day. So if you are estranged from your parent and you like, oh, I really wouldn't care what happened, you know, I think when you get the news, you're going to feel very differently. Like you'll be surprised again, the fact that the grieving process can be complicated. It can be complicated. It's going to have a lot of complicated emotions because the relationship was complicated and there was no opportunity to make it whole before it was too late. But it is your fate to have this inheritance, and they did it to give you a leg up because of all of your past suffering. And also, not just the past suffering that they've done, whatever risky behavior, or they took something to the edge, they took something too far, and whatever they took too far, they are trying to find a way to make it up to you. Because I feel like you are not speaking to this person, and maybe the relationship is still too conflicted. It's just too much chaos going on with it. Maybe you feel like the relationship with this parent is karmic. It's karmic. And in order for this karmic parent, yeah, because they maybe have been a person that was on this right here, all that glitters is gold type of thing. Like they may be somebody that's egocentric and really into the money. And I felt arrogance, you know, somebody that was pretty mean and stubborn. And I was getting that movie with Whoopi Goldberg and Jada Pinkett Smith and Anthony Anderson, Vivica Fox, all of them. I think Toni Braxton is even in it too. It's called Kingdom Come, from back in the day. And Whoopi is the wife, and the father passed away, and she kept getting asked either what are you going to say or what are you going to put on the headstone, and she came up with 2 words, and it was, or 3 words, it was mean and surly, because this person was just really mean. They were mean. Yeah, maybe they just always took stuff too far. They always took stuff too far. And I feel like it's going to put you in a position where you're going to have to contend with the past and the future. Having to make a choice on what to do. Whether you accept the inheritance or you leave it to the others. And I felt like at the end of the day, you know, with you being stuck between the past and the present, you see those arrows, the past and the present, trying to figure out which way, and you're in the middle, like just trying to stay present in the here and now, that it's going to hit you with a strange type of grief. Maybe because I hear the words, I never thought you'd leave, or something like that. Like maybe you didn't think that it would happen. And I see, you know, we pulled this to the healing heart, that your heart is going to need some mending because it's just a really unexpected and unexpected ending. So the death being sudden, finding out they're sick, and passing from a secondary complication to finding out that you're the beneficiary of this crazy inheritance and having somebody come after you for it. Yeah. We have observer and we have go the distance. And I feel like definitely you'll be able to go off and move away. And I feel like somebody is really watching out, for the opportunity. So two very different things with those two cards. And maybe that other person is just, watching for the day so that they can go off. But I don't feel like that. I feel like they're watching for the day, and when everything is said and done, you'll be able to go off, Ashe. You'll be poised. Again, it's set up, put on a pedestal, positioned for generational wealth, and this person know that their time is running short before they will be placed back in the hands of the source of the Alpha and Omega. But in the meantime, they're kind of going round and around and around with it, because with you, beloved, there's an unfinished symphony, and they're challenged by it, not having a way to clean things up before they transition, because it is a change coming, and you'll have to decide which way to go. Is there anything else? Nope. But we did see this. Somebody is going to feel left out, and somebody, when they pass, I see eternal, right? Going into the spirit to rest. You're going to be fated. It's the fate. They're going to want to know why. You may want to know why, but I feel like it's more of the other person. Why? Why did they get it? Why did they set it up like this when they haven't spoke in a minute, like a cool minute, a grip? But it's all to set it up so that you can breathe, so that they can breathe before they leave. And it's their way of giving, I hear, reprieve or recompense. It is their way of repenting. It is the only way that they can imagine to heal and mend things with you, to fix it, to bring justice, to be fair. And that's just the truth. Because somebody is getting ready to go home to the spirit. And this is the only thing that they can think of to do. I love you guys. This is just a quick reading, coming back to finish that energy. Because again, as you can see, I'm showing the cards like poised. I just, flipped it back. Poised for this exchange. Get ready. Hold your grace. Because again, somebody's at that crossroad. They really are at the crossroads. I just really heard Bone Thugs and Harmony, that this could happen anytime. They're going to have, they're transitioning in the spirit. Life will be different for them in the spirit, but they are setting it up so that you will be taken care of after all of it. So like I said, you can see how I pull the cards and show them in the camera, and I was just showing it. And when I came back, I felt a shift, and I just kind of straightened it, but I didn't realize, in the moment that the spirit was trying to show me that karma wheel, the dharma wheel that was turning in your favor. And when I caught it, it was like, okay, I have to come back and just dig into it a little bit more and try and explain it. Yeah, thank you for soothing me and provide a little bit more comfort, a little bit more meat. I just heard it said, all is okay, my wheat. And then the spirit wrote, little baby, like little baby. So I don't know if that's something significant to anyone, like maybe that's something like a pet name from your parent or something like that. But or maybe you say that to your kiddo. No, but I feel like it's from the parent to you, like something that they would call you. So that could be for someone too. To the next now, y'all. It's not a full session, but we pretty much there. We're at 40 minutes really already, Ashe. But to just clear up the energy from last night, and I left it out all day because I was dedicated and committed every intention to come back and finish it. So we're gonna have a couple of dings from the bell to kind of clear the energy. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for joining me here at Tears and We Tarot Show, where you show enough never know what you're gonna get. I'm gonna go ground and rest and get replenished. To the next now, y'all. Know that I love you. I love you just like I love me. I had to stay in that energy so that I can bring it back to you, my week. So remember always that I love you, because I love the source that made us, the Alpha and the Omega that called and decreed us by its infinite intelligence, wisdom, aka the principal thing, and filled us with the breath of life, the holy chi. To the next now, y'all. This one's done. Ashe.